Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot and a red state, utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be, there has been a handful of blue states who have decided that, or they're looking into not paying their federal taxes. And I was wondering when this was going to happen. Not if, but when. And so this has been introduced by Maryland, New York, and Wisconsin. And it would essentially allow the states to this idea of withholding their federal payments if lawmakers determine the federal government is delinquent in funding what is owed to them. Excuse me. Democrats in Washington state said that they are in the process of drafting similar measures. Okay, so you have this handful of states that are looking to, I guess they're passing or looking to pass legislation that would allow them to not pay federal taxes. Okay, I know that California has Gavin Newsom has said something along those lines. I don't know if he's taken any action. It was around the funding, like, what was it? Some disaster funding. And he was like, this is what we're asking for. This is what we pay in taxes, which is well more than what we're asking for. So maybe we just don't pay our federal taxes. And so right now, right after that, you then have these states that are passing legislation or working on that would allow them to not pay, or at the state level anyway. I'm sure that would be contested. So I just want to know, are we going to get to that point? Are we going to get to the point where the blue states, however many of them, decide that they're going to start withholding their federal funding? Okay. Okay, and blue dot and a red state, I know that we get a lot of our funding from you blue states. I am well aware of that. And you know, I understand how difficult it would be. This bill is horrendous and it's going to be hurting the red states the most if it actually gets enacted. And yeah, I know that. So anyway, I am not faulting blue states at all. In fact, if anything, you know, it's like, stop bailing the red states out so that they can learn their lesson faster. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. So just base reading into this: federal states threatening not to pay their federal taxes. What do we need to know? Base reading. Okay, as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. They are seriously considering this. This Four of Swords is laying, I mean, it literally is laying in state, a state of rest. There's no movement in this card. So this is telling me there's not going to be any money moving. Okay, so they are seriously considering it. The challenge is, this is a balanced approach. They have the idea, they want to make it legal. They're trying to pass, I mean, they really are going to be passing legislation, I think. This is something that they're absolutely going to be investigating further. They're going to be passing, you know, laws, all of that. That's the challenges. How can we make this happen? How can we make sure that our citizens are taken care of in the blue states? Okay. The options. How can we make sure our citizens are being taken care of? Don't you love it? Whatever I have, like I have the meaning of the next card before I even turn the next card over. Okay, that's it. They're like, why should our citizens have to be the ones that go without? Okay, that's exactly what they're, you know, we're going to take care of our citizens in our state. Okay, the foundation, the sword of truth. Okay, they're looking at passing laws, at enabling them to take care of their citizens in their states. Yep, they're wanting to take this. The Lover's card. This can mean a relationship. Okay, passionate relationship. This is also coming up, you know, in the recent influences, and I'm going to say this as, how are we taking care of the people? Okay, that is the ultimate, responsibility for the governors, and they are wanting to be able to do that. Okay, and the potential is. This is a card of winning at all costs. There's also fives are a lot of just fives are difficult cards. It's imbalance. It's just a lot of strife, a lot of struggle. Struggle. That's the word I'm looking for. Struggle. The blue states, they realize that without that federal funding, they can't take care of their citizens. But if they weren't to send those federal taxes in, then they could. And so that's what how can we do this? How can we, the Trump administration wants to win at all costs. The blue states are wanting to turn the tables on that and be able to take care of their citizens. Okay, that's it. How can we turn the tables on this? So, let me just ask yes or no. Are they going to start withholding their federal taxes? I think that there would be a struggle. And if I'm going here with this, turning the tables on Trump, Trump has learned you can do things 2-3 times before the Supreme Court stops you. So they can do this, and it would have to go through the courts then. And the Tower card, boy, I'm getting the Tower card a lot here of late. I think that they are going to, they're going to try it. And the feeling I'm getting here is to prove a point. It is to take care of the citizens, but it's also to prove the point that the federal government really does depend on the blue state funding, and that if they don't have that funding, that gets bad quick. So just like, Project 2025, in those previous readings I got, they were kind of pushing Trump along that road of, pushing him out. The blue states are kind of doing that same thing of, pushing, like forcing a showdown between them and the federal government. Because it's like, you always hear about, wanting to turn things back over to the states. And the blue states are like, okay, we'll take care of our citizens because you sure as hell are not. Will we get that far with this? Because they're definitely threatening it. They're prepared to do it. Walking away. Mad King Don is, yeah, okay. I don't know how the federal taxes work, on, like, when do they pay the taxes? Do they pay it like in April, like everybody else? Whatever that looks like, you're going to get some, I'm feeling like probably delays in payments to start with, just to kind of test the waters. I really get this as that flipping the script. I wouldn't normally read this card like that, but it's this walking away. Like Trump does this, does this shit all the time. And so the blue states are like, okay, we're just going to walk away. We're going to, basically do our own thing, states' rights. And that federal government's not going to like that. They're going to have something to say about it. They're going to have some big feels over, not getting that money. And they're going to want that money. This is like forcing the states to have to defend themselves. Okay. And that is, whenever I ask, is Don Old going to even be in office? This is him. This is walking away. Mentally, emotionally, Don Old, is not going to be all there. Entertainment purposes only. So yeah, these blue states rock on. The other thing, is this reading a little bit? Yeah, this reading's a little bit shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and ask this. I had this in my notes just in case I got there, had time to do this. And it is that Trump, I'm trying to see where I had this. Okay, Trump is wanting to have D.C. He wants to take over D.C. He wants the federal government to take over D.C. And it is, it's a federal district. It's not I mean, we all know it's not a state. They don't have representation. But they have, they have a mayor. They have, city council. I'm assuming they have, since they have a mayor. So Trump is wanting to now federalize DC. I want to know, is he going to get away with that? Okay. Is Trump going to federalize DC? And I know he wants to, so let's see. If he tries, if he were to try that, I think it'd be like, oh, holy hell. Okay. That's the feeling I'm getting from that card. And the challenge is, how would he make this work? Okay. People are not going to know. He may want to, but he's not going to be, people uprise. The options are pages, messages. And I almost feel like right now, is he just testing the water? He's saying it, kind of testing the waters to see if he can get away with it. I don't know that. I mean, the only major arcana card, that I'm getting right here is the Judgment card. And people of DC, they do not want this at all. And I'm getting, like, the rest of this, if I take, let me take that card out for here. I'm going to put that right there. If I just look at these cards, like this, it's being talked about. They might be working on it. They might be implementing a plan. They're talking like I'm saying this like behind the closed doors talking. This is kind of like that. Trump pondering it out loud, just to kind of see. And he does that. He does that. It's like, let's throw shit to the wall and see what sticks. And it's not sticking. It's like, this is going to be more trouble than what it's worth. That's what I'm feeling, but is he going to try it anyway? Congress passing legislation. Trump is not, okay. What I'm getting here, as far as Trump trying it, I don't think that he's going to do to DC what he's doing to California. He's not going to federalize the National Guard to try to take over. He's not going to send in Marines. He is going to try to do this actually through Congress, passing this legislation. And this is like, he's hopeful. He's hopeful that they will. Will they actually do that? Will Congress actually do that? Get something passed? I don't think so. Disappointment, restrictions, and it's put to rest. It ends. So no. Okay. That's good. Good. So, as far as federalizing DC, he's not going to do it like he's trying with California. He's actually going to have, Congress is actually going to try to pass something. I don't see that happening, okay? Because of these last cards, you get disappointment, restrictions around it, and things come to an end. Like if somebody was asking me, like, am I going to get, a new job, and these cards came up, I'd be like, you're not getting that job. I'm sorry. Look elsewhere. So this is telling me they are not going to get that stuff passed. And plus, the very heart of it was, this is not what the people of DC want. Okay. And they will make that very clear. In fact, I get the feeling really like this would be more trouble than it's worth because of the good trouble that the people of DC would cause. They would not make it worth Trump's while. It would be more of it would be more difficult than it's worth. I mean, honestly, that's what I'm feeling. And so, no, I don't think that's going anywhere. I mean, Congress may try, but I don't see it going anywhere. So that's what I'm getting today. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I will put another video up here for you to watch, especially if this is one of your first readings with me. Check out one of my other readings, and I will catch you on the next reading. Thank you very much, and have a good day.